These are all grown asymmetrically. These fruit on these trees, not growing at the same time, which makes sense because I didn't plant all the saplings at the same time. Most of these are going to come up on that were over here are going to come up together, but the other things around here are not. They're just kind of really spotty. To be expected, though. Seventh day of spring. What's our kingdom worth looking like? Not really too much higher. It's creeping up there, but it's not growing at an extraordinary pace. Like a snail's pace, but again, to be expected. If I could just get a nice group of gnomes, like 10 to 15 to even 20, and then we could just jet speed ahead on what we're working on. Just be light speed jump really on the process. So I could just do so much with that number of gnomes. Even just 10 would be a huge help. I'd throw another 3 for here, put another 2 onto, or another 1 onto that ranchers, and the rest we go to mining or building. Alright, we just dedicated soldiers. So this is pink, right? Pink's been there from the first day. What's their skill set look like? 89 in farming. Wow. 89. That's crazy. 89's pretty damn high. Probably our most veteran farmer. Oh neat, what kind of kills has she gotten? 31 goblins, 2 mants, and 1 skeleton. Veteran hammer wielder as well. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff popping up here. Let's see if we get the food back over 1,000. That should be easy to do once these come up here. Still got a few days on those, I believe, though. Maybe around the 8th or 9th they'll start growing fruit on those new ones. So done with platinum. Very well. Let's continue with iron. I'll have this one do steel. I believe this one's just working whenever there's any gems to be used. So. Where does wheat get stored? Is it in I think it's in a bag. And we could find out. That's a small stockpile of wheat here. Yeah. Or no, it must be a crate then. Wheat straw pile? Interesting. Maybe not then. I don't know why you couldn't store it in a bag or a box for. It makes perfect sense that you'd be able to, but I guess in RB's infinite wisdom you can't. I don't get why the wheelbarrows are not fully, you know, loading up with this stuff. I mean, like, well, I don't know, maybe they are. Because there could be, I guess there's multiple, oh, there's a lot of wheat straw here. Well, that's like 4 or 5, 6 per thing. So I guess that would fill it up, I suppose. Halfway or something. You have to do 16, because that's what one thing's worth. I guess they are. Still, they should be filling up the carts all the way. They're not doing that. At least not the way it looks. Like they're filling up half-filled piles instead of all filled ones. But there are some that do full piles, so I guess there is some amount of method to the madness there. This one is bar any ore mean tin exclusively. That was weird. While they're working on that, let's go ahead and do some more floor work here. We have another 32 bars. About doubling what we have here then. So 32 would be 8 times 4. So this should really jump our kingdom worth. So we were at probably 156, or low 157. So we'll see what this gets us here. I don't think it's gonna get us extremely high, but it might get up to like 168 maybe. It's gonna be like between 164 and 168. It's gonna be my estimation here. $170, wow. Even more than I thought. That should be good for another 3 to 4 nums, so we should get about 7 to 11, I think, on summer. And that would be worth, you know, dealing with all this stuff out here for 7 to 11. This would really improve my whole situation here. Got some major food going on here. Major food growth. Got pretty much all this section of trees here too. And these trees over here. So I'll be able to cut these down shortly. Just want to get one good full growth through these and these before we do anything with them. Give us a little boost of food, even though we didn't really need it. So there's no more, let's go ahead and stop this one for now. Because there's no more room down there for wheat beer, obviously, so they're not taking it down. Probably getting that way up here too. Got a yak wandering around. Really, the butcher's doing nothing except, well, I guess he is doing some hauling, but other than that, the rancher's just, you know, sitting around doing nothing. Better to have him be doing his job. More food than I thought. Which is some food for thought. We'll double entendre that. Let's see, cut clippings on those and on these. That's kind of crazy, from over here to over here. We out of coal again? Yes, we are. We're waiting on coal. Well, we got some more wood coming. Lots of wood. 238. So 350 total. Once we get these two done. Well, 300. Well, not entirely, because there are some that are not grown yet, so it won't be exactly. It'll be about in there somewhere. 340 to 350. I could go mining down to look for some coal too, I suppose. Whoa. Got a whole Mant party over here going on. Hopefully they stay over there and don't come this way. And I'm hoping is that the guys spawn somewhere over here near our base when they do spawn in the summer. Chances are before then though we'll get goblins coming in to mop these guys up. And we might have to deal with them. It's about 8:30 now, or rather 9 o'clock. Going to stop the recording for a second to restart the. Don't want to have Flake Claw crashing on us again. Kind of anal about that now. So it adds so much more work and time to the. Okay, so I deconstructed these, but they haven't been used yet. That's kind of interesting. Bag 9. There we go. It's probably because they were still making bags while we put them down over here, and so they used up that one, all of them down there instead of having to come over here to grab that stuff. So we're gonna cutting those down, huh? Let's put that crate over here. Let's get the armor roaring here. Get those plates made so we can start thinking about getting more steel armor out. And I'm back down here again. I guess we got the rest of these in a second. See, all the orange orchard's been done, so it'll smooth that over to cut tree. Or fell tree. And I'll replant those. And the mants are spilling out everywhere now. Although to be expected. What's going on here? Bag repeat. Waiting on... I guess the guys are just out doing things. Probably working on fields. Yeah. Continue stocking our straw over there. Even if they're really newbie gnomes that, you know, arbor stuff, I mean, it'd be an improvement over what we have right now. 2 experts will be beaten out by 10 noobs any time of the day, because you still have, even though it's probably going to be about the same time, you still have about 10 trees being done for every maybe 3 or 4 that could be done per the same amount of time. With the experts. Obviously not very good economics, but this game doesn't have an economic system, so it doesn't really apply here. God, can you imagine this game with an economic system? It might be. I guess it could be interesting. If there's a way to trade all the time, you know, by demand, if you will. You, like, have a trader gnome that you give a set of orders for. They go to a neighboring kingdom and buy the stuff that you need and come back with it. There are a lot of interesting ideas on the forums for how the game can be expanded. For instance, I made the suggestion that this could be kind of treated like a nation sim, if you will, where you have your own nation, then you have other nations around that can be other gnome nations or enemy nations. Well, gnomes can be enemies, but also traditional enemy nations like goblins and whatnot, and you can go raid that nation and steal their resources. It's just, you know, there's so much more that Gnomoria can be, and hopefully it becomes more than just what it is right now, because it has so much potential. Hoping that RB has the scope to be able to draw out that all that potential, and the will to do that, to draw out the potential too. And you can have a vision and not the will, and it would really still cause the game to fall flat just as much as if you didn't have the will. Or that, yeah, you did have the will, but didn't have the ability to pull out that potential. I guess we'll still leave it as it is. They're still working on this other stuff. Jeez. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, they are increasing their levels, which is always good. It's just taking them a long time to get through things. Nothing wrong with it, it's just that I wanted to have some more coal by now. That's already the 12th? Damn. On the last day of spring. Should probably get ready. Want to make sure that we have these on suspend, because if we don't, they're going to go out after all that coal, or those logs to make coal out of stuff. Same with this. Well, I don't think it actually uses logs, it uses planks, but just to make sure everything's tamped down, if you will. Don't need to have people rushing out to their death. Is there anything out here? I guess corpses, but anything like cotton, or I guess there's also a worn armor too. So even though it's full, we'll do that. I think that'll cover it. Well, this... Okay, I think I turned off automatic on this for the... Yeah, okay, good. So we're definitely going to want to try and get these gnomes in tomorrow. Still working on that stuff, huh? So got another 15 or so of these to come though. Well, he can't store them now, so we gotta, before he runs out of room, we gotta stop and make some things out of them. So we got, how many did I say, 17, so that's enough for 4 breastplates. So we'll just do breastplates then. All steel ones. This guy must be pretty new at armor smithing.